It is Sunday afternoon and Dominic is out just doing the kind of finishing touches on the latest spot that we're going to move the pigs. Last week the chainsaw broke. Well, it didn't break. It got bogged and he had to bring it into the dealership that we bought it at and they fixed it. It took a few days for him to go back in and get it. So he's a little bit behind. So yesterday he did a lot of cutting. Today we're doing moving brush burning, and he's using the brush cutter there now to make sure that the lines are all cut to put the poly wire in to move the pigs. He'd hoped to do it earlier, but it just didn't work out like that. So just going as we're going. Anyway, let's go down and check that out. What's up? One of the goats has taken to escaping a lot, so Dominic has had to kind of reinforce this area. We think it's only when Dominic is out in the yard. I don't think that he's escaping. It's only one of them. I don't think he's escaping when we're not around. It's just when he sees Dominic, I guess he really likes him.
So we need to clear out this line. Are you in working mode or are you just observing?
I mean, I could do both.
Yeah, good idea.
Fence is off. Those goats. They pulled down my camera and we're chewing on the microphone cord.
Chewing on the microphone. There's love and try to make it new. You can't fight it when it feels so true. You got me crazy like no one else. The final moment before I lose myself.
Those goats are a nuisance. Every time I look over, one of them is headbutting the tripod. They've knocked the camera over twice now and tried to eat the microphone cord. I don't even know if the microphone's working right now. And they're also up on the logs trying to eat Dominic's brush cutter.
And it's no use working 9 to 5. If you want more than to stay alive, come on over, we can make it through.
So this area that we're in right now, I think this is the nicest spot that Dominic has cleared so far. Rather than moving the pigs themselves, Dominic just moved the string around the pigs and they're essentially in their new section for the day. So that's it. How Dominic prepares a section for the pigs to come into is pretty simple. It just takes a lot of work. He'll come in and he will chainsaw down the trees that he doesn't want, like the smaller ones. He'll leave some of the the taller, thicker, straight ones that can grow for a while and might be useful later, or can provide shade for animals in the pasture in the future. So you'll see a lot of the hardwoods will be staying and the straight, thicker softwoods will stay. And once he has chainsawed them down, the larger ones will go into a pile like this to sit for future use. Maybe if we get a wood stove, we're not really sure yet. And then the thinner ones that he can use for chipping, he'll kind of clear off all of the extra sticks with the chainsaw and he'll put them in another pile. And then all of the brush that is left will be burnt in a big pile to get rid of it. And then the pigs will come in, they'll turn it all up, and then he'll seed and move on to another section. Ideally, we'd like to do this every 2 weeks, but life kind of gets in the way and it just takes a little bit longer. Hopefully, 2 weeks from now, they'll be in the next section over. But that is kind of the method to the madness. Now that the wire is in and the pigs are moved and the fence is turned back on, we're doing a walk around to listen for the ticking, which is the telltale sign that the fence is grounded out. or also just kind of look for places where sticks or logs or something are on the fence. If it's something really big, it'll make a ticking sound, but it's better just to keep it clear and do a walk around. But this area looks great. Very excited. I'm excited for next year to see what it looks like.
The grass seed is starting to sprout up.
Is it?
Yeah. Where did the goats go? Juicy apple.
Yeah.
You got it. Coming right up.
Yeah.
All right.
Gonna let her daddy.
I'll go in. You finished your work?
No, I'm not finished my work, Daddy.
So I've been moving them twice a day now. Last batch I moved once a day right up until the end and started moving them twice a day. But these guys seems like they're putting out a lot of manure. Anyway, second chore for Daddy-Daughter Day is I'm thinking I'm gonna put something underneath the lid there that I can hang the feeders on. So I don't like the feeders being on the ground because poop can get in there. And if I hang them up, then they'll be out of the water and stuff too. To the junk bucket and see what I've got to use. Literally there's a bucket of everything in the world, so I'm gonna look for some hooks in here to put on that chicken tractor. See all these lovely blocks of wood we had to put at the bottom of the gate to keep him right there from crawling under.
Let's reach it.
Is he reaching it?
Yeah. I'll go this reach it. I'm gonna go that way. I'm gonna go.
Goats will follow us.
Whoa! I can fly on the space rocket. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Wow.
Hello. Good afternoon, good evening, I suppose. It's Monday evening. We're having a beautiful week. The weather is supposed to be hot, warm, nice all week, right till Friday. So obviously I looked at my phone today and saw that there was a frost warning for tonight. This is ridiculous. Anyway, Dominic was home today. He got a few jobs done. We're gonna go check on the chickens, see how their feeder is. They need water, but they look good. After last week's video, I got a lot of really good recommendations about how to deal with an early frost. There were some recommendations of stuff to buy, but where we live kind of far from everywhere, I didn't expect there to be frost today. I was able to stop at my local Home Hardware, which is kind of all we have access to, unless I make a trip into town. But I did pick up an extra tarp. So I'm going to toss the tarps back on everything and see how it goes. We're trying to salvage the squash plant because it's still growing and it got a lot of damage the last frost. The zucchinis, they were nice while they lasted, but like, I could take or leave a zucchini. They're not getting that big. The tomatoes, I would like to see have a chance to ripen, especially if it's going to be warm this week. Okay. Yeah, looks pretty good. Not my best work, but it's I think it'll do. The snap peas are not afraid of a bit of frost. Oh man, I think there's more on them I just picked off than they've had all year. So, looks good. It is the next morning. I'm going out. Dominic was already out earlier today, but I wanted to come out and just check on the frost situation. It's not as bad as it was last week. It is a little bit of frost, but only a little bit. Like, it didn't freeze the hose. Dominic already took the tarps off, and everything is looking pretty good. So there was no frost on the plants that I tarped, and then someone commented on our video that we posted this week, that last week for you guys, was to spray the plants with water before the sun hits them the next day, which is a really good idea, just to get all of the ice off of them. And so Dominic went out and did that, and I think everything is fine. It's only a small frost, but it just sucks because it's like 2 in a row, and I don't know how many more we're getting, but the weather is supposed to be warm. It's gonna be 23 degrees today, and it's gonna be warm all week, so you know, it is what it is. But I'm gonna go to work, and we'll check in with you guys later.
Grass in the yard's getting a little bit long there. Why even have goats if you're going to be mowing your own grass, right? We just got to get electricity from our perimeter fence over there hooked onto this, and we're just going to use a single strand of regular old poly wire for that. You ready to help?
Yeah.
Let's go. Alright, Jeannie and I are equipped with what we need. We're just going to use a couple of stepping posts and a reel. The reel is going to have all the weight on the fence, so we don't need a lot of stepping posts for that, okay? So Jeannie, can you put one in for me?
Yeah.
Okay, put one in around right there, okay?
Okay, thanks.
I just usually wrap it around, snake it around a little bit. Then I always hang this part close to the corner fence, so that, you know, if it's going to take some weight, it'll be very little. And these cheap old reels have been working perfect. Nothing fancy about them, but they do the trick. Get your job done, baby? Your job finished? Want Daddy help you? Okay. Ready? One foot each. Nice job. Nice job. Where'd it go? So it's at 6,400 volts. How loud that'll do the job.
So Dominic put the goats out there earlier. He's actually gone into town to pick up materials for an upcoming project, and we are tasked with moving the goats back into their little area. So I don't know, he's got something going on over there. We're gonna go and get the red bucket, and we're gonna move these goats. I was going to just grab the fence and move them, but the fence is electric, so I've got to turn it off. Feels like playing that Operation game. There it goes. There you go. Easy peasy. Let that go. Let that gate go. That went pretty well. Easy peasy. They like that food. They'll follow it.
Good job, little baby. Oh, I want to take my hand, Daddy. Want to go take my hand.
They're trying to take the leaves away from you.